Oops. You know, I was just thinking, I should probably really change the title of these fucking videos. You know? Because calling them the Suicide Diaries doesn't seem right. You know? It, 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 uh, it doesn't seem right calling them the Suicide Diaries because, I mean, I'm too cute to die. But, but, I always start shit that I don't finish. So, started off very suicidally. Is that a word? Spell it. No. It started off, very, very kind of like, morbid, I guess. And at times it still is, But I guess I was gonna say I guess that's normal. But I don't like the word normal at all. Why does anybody want to fucking be normal? Being normal means you're just like a fucking robot, all the same, uniform and shit like that. But in my abnormal, exceptional, unique perspective, point of view on life, as it currently stands, life sucks. But to quote the Shawshank Redemption, I think it was, you either get busy living or get busy dying. Like I said, death is intriguing. Death is intriguing. But life is still a whole lot more intriguing. Now, 9 out of 10 times, when I start to think about, like just about 2 hours ago, just like right on time, my mood went from just fuck everybody, leave me alone, I'll be fine in my room, I don't need to see nobody, I don't need to speak to nobody, and I just get through my day, pass time. It wasn't exactly a happy mood, but it was a neutral, it was kind of neutral, like fuck it, and then like just like clockwork, it shifted. It just shifted. And the shit is like I caught myself shifting. And so this morning I had asked my son for some coloring books because I haven't colored in a long time. So I was like, you know what? My mood is gonna shift, so I got something to do. I might as well just get the coloring book and start coloring. The only problem is this fucking freezing ass cold in my bedroom. I think this God's saying, yo, bro, this is how the grave is gonna feel. It's either you go in a hole, it's very cold, or you go in a furnace, it's very hot. There's no lukewarm option here, but it's freezing in here. And so as I'm getting out of bed to start coloring, I can't grab the pencils right because my hands are so cold. And then yesterday I was pushing the truck and I fell twice on my bad leg. And on top of that, the cold it's fucking with the metal on the inside, so it's hurting. Just you know, I'm sitting in this room, and the shit is that the heat is on. Like I popped the furnace on. I get that shit to work with a blowtorch. Fuck it. The heat is on, but it's still freezing in this room. I be sitting in here with a jacket, a sweater, pants, a fucking hoodie, under two blankets, still be cold. So I'm in a whole lot of pain as I'm getting up to get the crayons and I mean the coloring pencils and start coloring. So, cause I know my mood is going sour. I'm like, all right, we stay active, do something that's mind numbing, and maybe we'll get past it. But as I'm going to do it, it's so cold that now I'm getting angry at the fucking cold and how cold the fucking house is. And I start cursing and bitching and fucking like. So even though I was trying to color and do something to stop the mood from happening, it's like the environment or whatever the case may be, like that's it. It just went downhill. It went downhill. It went from the cold to, I got through the cold part. I started coloring. I finished the coloring. You know, and as I'm coloring, I'm like, my mom used to color a lot. Like that's where I get it. So I get my art skills from. But now it went from being angry at the cold to remember my mom and drawing. And so it shifted from anger to sad. And I'm like, fuck. Like, what the fuck? And so I keep playing through it, Because, like I said, I don't try to bottle up the emotions no more. I try to just let myself go through them, Instead of, like, trying to do drugs or fucking, or, like, bang my fucking leg on something so it hurts, Like, instead of doing shit like that, which is how sometimes I get through my anger. Because that's one thing. If I find myself getting real angry, I know I could squeeze the fuck out my leg and that pain that causes, that should stop that anger like that. So, I'm sitting there coloring and, I'm like, I'm missing mom. And then, I start thinking about all the problems that I'm going through now. And I'm like, bro, if I could just lay my head on my mom's knee like I used to and tell her my problems, like she know how to fix them, Like she know how to she would just or not even that, but what she would do is just listen to me, and if she stopped rocking her knee and she'd say, okay, so what the fuck are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? You know? And then I just talk with her, and she let me do like 90% of the talking. I wouldn't say shit until she needed me to beat some boss in Mega Man or something that she was playing, But she just listened, but she helped me like weed my way through it, you know. And so my mood goes from mad to sad to extra sad, you know. And then I know I'm feeling extra sad, and I still got issues with crying because I really don't like crying for some reason. And so I could feel myself starting to start crying, and it's like now I'm getting mad because I'm crying. That shit just blows my mind, you know? So I'm like, all right, angry again. Now when I get angry, I breathe. I just breathe. It's like a real elaborate. Breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth. In through my nose and out through. And that's it. I had to breathe because I started to say TikTok, TikTok. Whenever I was getting annoyed with shit, I would just say TikTok. I don't know where the fuck it came from. I would just say that shit, but it started to get annoying. It started to annoy Vicky, and my son is like, Dad, why you keep saying TikTok? So I'm like, I gotta keep it quiet. I just can't, have people thinking I'm fucking like broken in the brain or something. Well, I guess I am broken in the brain, but not loony bin institutionalized me. I'm seeing fucking fairy dragon kings and having counsel with the fucking elves of fucking Mirkwood or some shit, you know. But I guess I'm a normal kind of crazy, if there is such a thing. It's kind of like oxymoron, I guess. I guess. But anyway, so I just started to breathe, you know, and I found myself calming down enough to where it was like, all right, finish the coloring. So that's what I did. I finished the coloring. I signed it for Chasing Chaz, Love Dad. You know, I took a picture, sent it to them. Because, you know, like, that's another thing. Whenever I get mad, if I could talk to the kids or, like, I tell my son, I love you, like, a quadrillion times a day now. You know? Because, and I hug him all the time. Because I can't be angry. You know? And so, I was like, all right, I'm cool enough now. So, I laid down. I put on some YouTube. And again, my YouTube, like this is, like I said, it's the Twilight Zone. So the first video in my YouTube feed is about borderline personality disorder. All these videos I be watching about multiple personality disorder and all these fucking psychological shits, right? I never watched one on borderline personality disorder. I was always with the multiple personality, you know, disassociate. Like I was always with those. Never watched one of these videos. So I picked up, you know, I picked up the one that's right on the YouTube feed. There's some doctor talking, and she's like, "These are the traits of someone with borderline personality disorder." Now it's very important. Just because you have one of these traits doesn't mean you have BPD. That's what they call it. So you need to have 5 or more. There's 9 in total. As this doctor's going off this list, I'm going check, 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 check. There's 5, but no, check, 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 check. I tick the fucking scale on all of those things. On every single one. On every single one. And a big cause of BPD apparently is childhood trauma, which, if you watched any of my other videos, you know I'm like the poster fucking child for that bullshit. You know? And so now I'm sitting here and I'm like, you know, I start to watch the videos as they come up in the feeds, and there's a video about loving someone with BPD, right? And the doctor's talking and he's like, it's very difficult to love someone with BPD because one day in your in I'll just use mine's and Vicky's relationship as an, you know, because it is what it is. So one day I could look at her like she's an angel and she could do no wrong at all. And then the next day I could hate her fucking guts because she disgusts the shit out of me. And as he's saying, he's not saying that specifically, but you know, he's saying, you know, you go through extreme, you know, and I'm like, I'm listening to this motherfucker talk, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, I always say that this place could beat me and piss on me and kick me and keep me down, right? But I always said it won't break me. I just didn't realize I was saying that shit because I'm already broken. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that. It bothers me to say that. It bothers me to think that I'm broken. Then I see it and I'm like, fuck, yo. If I would have found this fucking video a year ago or some shit, because that's what it is. Like, people could tell me a bunch of shit. Like, they could say, yo, you got this, you got this, you got this, you got this. Like, you have this is wrong. And I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. I'll ignore the shit. I gotta, I gotta, man, it's like I'm so fucking hard headed that I just, you know, you know that shit that where they say that you can tell somebody only so, but they have to go through it themselves before they fucking. That's the shit. Like I finally fucking sat through this fucking video, and it's like now I see it for myself. You know, if I'd have caught it a little bit earlier, if I'd have paid attention a little bit earlier, could have maybe got some fucking help, and I wouldn't be in this fucking predicament that I'm in right now. This fucking twilight zone that I'm in right now, and apparently it's not a twilight zone. Apparently this is me disassociating from it. So all the times that I was saying this is a drug program, it's a rehab, or some other shit, it was me disassociating from this fucking thing. Just like fucking picking on my scab all the time. You know? It's like self-harming. Just I'm not cutting myself because I don't have to. I got a ready-made wound here. So I don't know, man. I just know that shit is like, it's just like, I don't know. Hold on a second. Oh! What's up? Come in. Oh, you're the man. Thank you. So, it's like I'm disassociating from this whole shit. You know? And you see, you know what bothers is that this is what makes it difficult. Like yesterday, I was it was a good day, Vicky was, it was one of those days where she could do no wrong, you know? And then today it's swapped out to where I can't stand you. Like I cannot stand. But the thing is that so in my head I'm like I feel like I have the justification for that. You know what I mean? Because like I said, my son at the end of the day feels uncomfortable with her new boyfriend. Doesn't want the nigga living in the house, but she's still gonna move him in. So that shit, in my mind, like that shit, that's enough reason for me not to fucking like you. Not one little tiny inchy little tiny fucking bit. You know. But now I'm sitting here and I'm going like, is that is that valid or is that just my BPD or whatever the fuck it like is that shit talking? You know? And I can't figure it out. You know? It's just like before before I decided that she's just not someone that I want to be with anymore, you know? Just because for personal reasons I'm not going to get into, you know, I was like, man, do I push and try to fix the relationship, you know? Or do I respect her and her decision and back off? Because I don't know when is giving up, when is it giving up, and when is it being respectful? You know what I mean? Like trying to determine the line between the two is something that I haven't been able, and I still haven't been able to do. And I'm gonna do something really oxymoron-ish again, and I'm gonna take some NyQuil with a fucking monster. It doesn't really matter because the shit don't work anyway. I guess that's depression. I don't sleep. I catnap and lay awake most of the night, all night. And I usually gun that way for like 5 days, 6 days, and then I'll crash. The problem is, in 5 or 6 days, I'm not gonna have nowhere to crash. You know, because when I got the $1,000, right, the whole deal was I get my grand, get out. You know. Now, going back to New York is not an option at all. At all. Again, it's just a default setting I guess I got, but there's no family for me back in New York. Because for me, family, if you see somebody going through some shit, like I had holes in my sneakers. I had holes in my sneakers. And if you see that shit and you don't offer to help a nigga out, that's not family in my book. You know? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how many times the person may have did something or why they in the situation at the end. I don't give a fuck how tired I am of, oh my God, I'm always helping you out. I don't give a fuck. Your family. That's what I'm gonna do. You in some shit, I'm gonna pull you out. And after I pull you out, I berate you or beat you or fucking whatever. But I pull you out of it first. That's my default. And if they don't have those default settings, then I got no reason to associate with you. Period. So going back to New York is an option. So I was like, all right, well, I was feeling good about myself, you know? And I'm like, all right, you're going to have a boyfriend, you know? We're not going to be together again. So, of course, you're going to get another boyfriend, you know? And this dude is going to be around my children. So, just on account of that, I have to be somewhat of an adult. You know what I mean? So, I'm figuring, you know, I could wrap my mind around the whole idea. Plus, the nigga was already in the house because he brought him in the house already before. Anyway, that's another story. If I could, if I could deal with getting used to the idea of that shit, then I could still be here and I could still be a part of my son's life. You know, my son and my daughter, they were gonna move out, so I was gonna take the garage. You know, I told them, I'm like, listen, you wanna move the nigga in, go ahead. Just understand that if I go to the bathroom and I hear y'all fucking, I'm gonna kill this nigga. So just keep it neutral for now, cause I'm only gonna need like 2 weeks. You know what? Cause I'm not. Here's the thing about me. I'm not a sucker. Let me rephrase that. I'm a big ass sucker, but I'm also a very, 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 very kind of. I like playing tit for tat. So you swap me out for some crackhead looking diabetic dude. When I swap your ass out, I'm gonna swap you out for a 10 plus. Just to irritate you. So it wouldn't have taken me very long, but I couldn't have stayed here. I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. But the whole idea was acclimating myself, not to them, just to the idea of me not being able to go open my son's door at 3 in the morning, watch him play his game, or tell him I love you, or whatever the case may be. But just the shit that I do now, I'm not going to be able to do that. You know? I can't just show up at your house at 4 in the fucking morning just to decide I want to walk in and check on my son. You know? Now, because we're not together, I got to do the co-parent thing, and I got to make appointments. I got to make sure it's all right. I got to make sure there's, you know. That, you see? There we go. I'm about to get angry again. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. But that shit bothers me. You know, like that shit bothers the fuck out of me. But you know, again, gotta be an adult. Shit happens. Shit happens. You know, there's great dads out there who don't live with their kids. You know what I mean? So, you know, but it's the whole idea of just getting. It's the whole idea of acclimating it. You know, it's the idea of just really breaking in slowly. You know, lube it up a little bit before you fucking decide to ram me up the ass. Wine and dine me a little bit, you know? Get some motherfucking, get some fucking Vaseline. Like, do it gently. So that was the plan. Before I spent any money, I spoke with Vicky about it. I spoke with her about it. Before I spent any money. She said, all right, yeah. You know, you're going to have to get used to the idea of him being in the house and blah, 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 blah. But all right, it was an agreement. It was going to happen. All of a sudden, we go to the car dealership. I give the nigga a sweater because he's cold. He ain't got no jacket. I don't say two words to the nigga. I just hand him a sweater because it's cold. Like I said, that's one thing. Feeding somebody and you know, just like, I'm a person. I'm a human being, you know, like, so if you're hungry, I'm going to feed you. If you're freezing, I'm going to try to get you something so you're not cold. You know, that's me as a person, you know? So I handed him a sweater. Didn't say two words to the nigga, but I guess he was salty as fuck because I got my little haircut since the last time he seen me. I looked a little fresh. Don't know. But all of a sudden, it went from the garage deal to, when are you leaving? So now I'm getting kicked out of a house that we got together so that she can move in some dude she knew for like 2 months, who my children are not, they're not comfortable around. They're not comfortable around him. Because here's the kick on this shit. He reminds them of me. Nigga decided to get drunk, pop up out the mouth one day, and got a little reckless. Same shit I do. Or did. Because again, the drinking and the drugs. I mean, the drugs, you know, just like, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, I stopped using the drugs. But I don't drink. You know, yesterday I had a couple, I was playing beer pong with my kids. So, I had a little bit of tequila, I think. And I smoked some bud. But I don't do no hard shit. You know? And weed is not like a gateway drug for me. Weed is a gateway to sleep, because that's all it does for my eyes. I take one hit and nigga, and I'm passing out on the floor. I cannot fuck with weed. I only gotta go to I just weed is like heroin for me. Like no shit. I took a hit off a bong and I passed out like right there in the fucking door frame. I just can't smoke weed. Give me some crack. Give me some ice. Give me some fucking. Give me some dope. Give me some angel dust. And hey, I'm all for it. I remember one time I smoked angel dust. I stood for like an hour trying to hold up a building because I thought the building was gonna fall. This is some good time. But I just can't fuck with weed, you know. But you know, anyway, so the nigga got drunk, decided to pop off out the mouth one day, blah 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 blah. Anyway, got the nigga out the house. But they feel some kind of way over that shit, so they uncomfortable. The nigga reminds me, it's just like me. The only difference is that I'm daddy, so I get like a green pass on a lot of shit. If I get drunk and if I break a table, that's dad. They know that. It's not right. I'm not saying it's right, because it's not. You know, which is why, like I said, on my own, I'm learning, and I've learned pretty well how to control my anger. You know? I'm not saying it's right, but me being dad and this nigga being a complete fucking stranger, on the scales, you know, there's no comparison. At least there shouldn't be. In my head, there should be no comparison. And my problem with her now is that you're being told that your kids got problems. Even if you take out my oldest two, you know? Because again, this motherfucker, his words, not mine, they're adults. They can get their own shit. Right? Even if you take them two out of the picture and you just keep my son, who's 16, if he tells you he has a problem with you moving, like he has a problem, he's like, he doesn't want to be here, then that should be enough reason for you to put the fucking brakes on the fucking shit and not let it happen. Fuck me being here. You still want to kick me out, but you shouldn't be bringing a nigga in the house just on the strength of your son feels some kind of way about that shit. But that's not the way it works in the world anymore. So I'm left trying to rationalize that. And you see, here's the deal with this shit, right? Because in everybody's eyes, I'm the demon. I'm the bad one. And I earned that shit. I earned it back when I was smoking crack, stealing food out of my kid's house. I earned that. You know? It's not something I'm proud of. It's not something that I talk about happily. It's something that I wake up with every morning and I remember, and it hurts every single day. Every single day. Not just that, but the shit that happened recently, me being lost for 3 years, giving up on life, giving up on myself, giving up on my kids, giving up on Vicky, giving up on just everything. I wake up thinking about this shit. I go to bed thinking about it, and I wake up thinking about it. It hurts. But I'm no stranger to pain. I'm always in pain. And I could deal with pain. You can keep adding it to my shoulders. I'll keep walking. Somehow, some way, I'll find the energy, I'll find the will, I'll find what I need, and I'll keep fucking walking. I don't care how heavy it gets. I could walk with pain, but I can't walk when I'm shackled. You know what I mean? And the way that people are today, it puts on the biggest fucking shackles around my fucking ankles that I can't break. I don't want to break them. And that's the problem. Like, I don't want to be a part of this world if it's like this. If this is what it is, I don't have no interest in it. I don't have no interest in it. I gave the world two beautiful kids already. I gave a chick a 20-year relationship, for better or for worse. You know? There's a lot more I want to see. There's a lot more I want to do, but it's completely worthless for me. It's irrelevant. You know? Moving on, finding another relationship. For what? First of all, this one hurts too much, so I'm not trying to go through this shit again. Number two is, this girl is my everything. You know? And so it's like the analogy that I gave to someone is, you know, like, if I'm at rock bottom, right, and there's no stronger place for me to build, right, my foundation, right. So I lay my foundation, right, and she's a part of my foundation, you know. If I take her out, if she takes herself out, you know, I have to get another piece to put there, you know. And since it's on the foundation and it's below ground level, nobody's gonna see it. So I could build, and it'll look perfect to everyone on the outside looking in. But me, I'll always know that there's one piece that doesn't belong there. And everything else, everything that follows is gonna be just a cheap imitation of what it was. So for me, I don't see no point. I don't see no fucking point, you know? And that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. It's not saying I'm gonna kill myself. It's not saying I'm gonna jump off a bridge or whatever the fuck. It's just, I just don't see the point in any of this shit anymore. It's like I started using those drugs. I went to sleep. You know, the laughing, the cute, the smiling. You know, the want to have fun and do shit. The normal me. Again, I hate that word, but this me here, I went to bed the second I put those drugs in my system. The second I stopped using them, I started to wake up. And it's like I'm waking up from a very, very, very bad dream. You know? And here's the deal. I'm no stranger to it, unfortunately. You know, like I said, with the crack issue, again, I went to sleep. The second I decided to stop using crack, I started waking up. You know? I went to jail. I went to sleep. The second that I got out, came back to life and picked the pieces up. Fixed the relationship. Things got better. You know? Did it with crack, did it with jail, did it with coke. This time, though. This time. And it sucks because this is one of my dreams that I have. Right? Now I'm fucking good. I'm real. I'm that damn good for a reason. I may have a little gap between my teeth, but I could pull a bitch's clit right between that. Another story. I'm good. I'm real good. So I'm used to being able to pick up the pieces, put it back together. You know, make it better than it was before. This time though, if you imagine like a glass, you know, like one of those stained glass windows from church, right? Imagine that's your life, that's your picture, you know. It's your picture, and you shattered it because you shattered it. Nobody shattered it. I did it myself, you know. And but like I said, I'm good at what I do, so I know even shattered, I could pick those pieces up and put them back together and make something better. Normally, but this time, it's like I shattered the picture, right? And in my dream, I'm sitting there picking up the pieces and trying to put them back together. But every time I try to pick up a piece, I cut my finger. And so I got bloody pieces of glass that I'm trying to put together, and I can't see the picture now because it's just too much blood, and I'm in a whole bunch of pain because my fingers is hurting me, and I can't piece it back together. And me not being able to fix it, that's not something even me, cocky, arrogant, normal me, that's not something even I can't fix it. I can't fix it. And because I can't fix it, because I'm not even being given a chance to fix it, you know. I don't know what to do with myself. And if the world is really the way it seems right now, then I don't even care to figure out what I want to do with myself. You know? It's like, fuck that. It's just like, fuck that. So that's what it is. All I'm trying to do is figure out what my level of fuck this is gonna be. But anyhow, I got 2 days. Friday, Saturday. Not even. I got less than that. I got to be out of here Saturday. After I done spent all my money. Because I was going to, you know, not need it since I would be in the garage. Except now I can't be in the garage. So I gotta go. And I got like $150 to go with. And even that was a setup. Everybody's trying to get me back to New York. I'm not going back. I don't go backwards. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. But, nigga like me, I walk out that door butt ass naked, no money in my pocket, and still make it. I just don't see the point. But I still got some time. Got a few hours. My brain is pretty good at coming up with shit, so we'll see. I gave up all hope for her. I gave up all hope. I don't like hope anyway. At all. People die hoping. You know? You ever stop to think about Pandora's box? All that bad shit that was in there? And hope just being the last little thing that was left in there. It's not because it was good. It's because it's so fucking bad it ain't have to move. It ain't have to move. That's why that's all she found in that bitch. On that cheerful note, I'm gonna go play with the voices in my head. The Mexican dude came up with a joke about strippers earlier. I was crying. Literally crying. I was laughing so hard. And now I don't know, I guess that's a good thing. If you can laugh like that and I don't need no friends to do it with, all I need to do is learn how to jerk off properly. Once I figure that shit out, I don't even need a chick. Never really learned. 20 years. When I was 15. I was fucking when I was 15, so never had to learn how to beat off. Now, unfortunately, because I got standards, because I could be knee deep in some. I could be knee deep in some shit, but as my daughter said, that would be a messed up situation. I love my kids, man. I love my kids. I love them to death. You know, I could be knee deep in some shit, but I don't want to die, and I'm not trying to go from no STDs or nothing either. Like, fuck out of here. I got standards, unfortunately, for my dick. Jesus Christ. Anyhow, I'm gonna go try to do something to not feed this demon that's breathing down my neck. Because I can still feel it there. Every single day. Just waiting for me to lose my shit. Keep trying to tell the motherfucker, bro. You got the wrong one. You got the wrong one. You need to come back when the bitch in me is awake. And fortunately, he's all but dead. That's a good thing, I think. I think. We shall see. Tick tock. Tick tock. Countdown is still on. It's a timer over my head. Nobody can see it but me. But it's ticking. It's ticking. I may, if I'm allowed to borrow the car tomorrow, I may just go to one of those mental health clinics. Because I'm pretty sure I checked the list for all that BPD shit. And like I said, despite what I, end up doing, if I have something that's wrong in my brain, and they could figure it out, then at least my kids can get checked and figured out. They could figure it out early. If they need help, they can start to get it early as opposed to, waiting until you're 35, just out of a 20-year relationship, nowhere to go, feeling like the world is against you and you don't know anybody in the world anymore before you start getting help. It's funny how this world works. It ain't funny. It's very sad. Very sad. That's what it is. I wonder how many times my mood shifted in this video. Apparently that's like called like I don't know, manic, I don't know, depression or some shit. I don't know. That's the thing. I would be fascinating and doing. Usually, normally, I hear something that was specific to me, and I'll be like, shit, I dive right in because I'm curious to learn about it. But I just don't see the point. That's the question I'm trying to answer. Because if I can answer that question, then I know things will be alright. I sit there and I'm like, ask all these questions, right? Like, if a person was born blind and deaf, they never saw or heard a word spoken, what language do they think in, And I would dwell for hours on those kinds of questions, but the question that I had to be dwelling on was, what's the fucking point? Not some grand, unanswerable shit. Just, what's the point? But like I said, I got a few hours on my TikTok clock, my countdown, to still reason it out. And I'm pretty good at doing that. So I just got to argue with my brain a little bit more. We'll figure something out. Because like I said, I could walk out this motherfucker butt-ass naked with no money in my pocket and still make it if I had to. Again, I just don't see the fucking point. Anyway, I'm gonna go listen to some music.